ladies and gentlemen, Tony Schiavone, along with the Professor Mike Tenay, Bobby the Brain Heenan. Last night on this program, it went off with a bang. And it was red hot in the ring with Kevin Nash, with Goldberg, with Bam Bam Bigelow all getting involved. One of the biggest pull-aparts we've ever seen. Well, tonight on this program, the stars of WCW and the NWO are here for some great matches, including Stevie Ray of the NWO, Putski Guerrero of LWO, and Wrath, one of the most feared men in our sport, as well as Scott Norton, the IWGP champ. Welcome to Nitro Extra, 1 hour here on TNT, the network that brings you the greatest wrestling action in the world. We're excited to be bringing you 1 hour of Nitro, and this special extra edition comes to you on this Tuesday night, 2 days before the Thanksgiving holiday. As I said, Bobby the Brain Heenan has joined me along with Mike Tenay and Brain last night. Just a sample of what we're going to get coming up December 27th, as Kevin Nash didn't waste any time getting in the ring to try to get at Goldberg, the world champ.
Well, as Goldberg nailed the Giant to the mat, then picked him up in the air, straight up in the air, got the win. Nash hit the ring and stood there and looked right at Goldberg. No words were said. Took the tops down. They went at it. Every cop, every security guy in this business, WCW was in there to pull them apart. It lasted till we went off the air a long time after.
Something on everyone's mind is the fact that in 2 days on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, Hollywood Hogan's going to make a big announcement, maybe shed some light on why he did not show up the other night for World War III.
Hollywood Hogan very conspicuous by his absence at World War III, especially when a title shot at Goldberg was at stake. I guess we'll get the answer Thursday night on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno.
We send you to the ring, place where things happen. What did you just say?
Don't talk so slow.
I'm not going to sit here for a solid hour and argue with you. You understand?
Yeah, you're not the only one.
Right next to you, too. There's a few scattered all around.
Watch your back.
Here comes the NWO.
What an incredible 48-hour period it has been for World Championship Wrestling. And then we follow that up with a special edition of Tuesday Nitro right here on TNT. Of course, Kevin Nash winning World War III, a shot at Goldberg. Then last night on Nitro, Goldberg defeating the Giant, putting the biggest athlete in pro sports up into the air in the jackhammer. Then the ensuing attack by Bam Bam Bigelow. And what the heck was he doing here again last night? And then finally that showdown with Kevin Nash. All I know is that Starrcade 98 promises to be bigger and better than
people
ever.
hurt?
I tell you right off the bat, fans, this is a mismatch. Kaz Hayashi is a young up-and-coming star, a top cruiserweight. But I say a mismatch because anyone that gets in the ring with Scott Norton, it's pretty much a mismatch. Scott Norton chopped him down, picked him up, and oh my! Broke him apart is what he did. So, just like we said, that was a mismatch.
Reaction heavyweight! What is this? You afraid? Bring him on! Well, it'll take a good man to beat Hayashi, but it won't take him long.
Boy, Scott Norton is so dominant.
Oh, that was just total destruction. Norton says, bring on the heavyweights.
Get a load of this. Picks the man up with ease and deliberately drives him into the mat. Your winner. And a big win for Scott Norton. As Hayashi was 22.
The IWGP champ opens up with a definite win. Dominant win. Large crowd on hand as always. We'll be back on Nitro Extra. Finlay, or your friends, and join us for Monday Nitro next Monday, live from Chattanooga, Tennessee. For you fans in Tennessee, a few tickets are still available for next Monday, November 30th event at the UTC Arena box office and all ticket connection outlets in the Chattanooga, Tennessee area. Also, we want to let you know that tickets are available for Monday, December 7th in Houston, Texas, in the Astrodome for Monday Nitro. Tickets at the box office and Ticketmaster Monday, December 14th. WCW Monday Nitro from the Ice Palace in Tampa, Florida. Get your tickets at the Ice Palace box office and Ticketmaster. And then on Monday, December 1st, the TWA Dome in St. Louis. Tickets at the box office Candle Ticket Center. Dial tickets in the St. Louis area at 989-8000.
You say December 1st or 21st?
21st.
I can write it down. I'm going to Knoxville Sunday night.
I think a lot of us are going to go to Knoxville Sunday night, aren't we?
I'm going to be there.
Knoxville, Tennessee is the big night of WCW action.
Big night.
At the Civic Auditorium. Or actually the Civic Coliseum. So we look forward to seeing our fans in Knoxville, Tennessee one day before we go to Chattanooga. Disco Inferno and Scott Putski to go at it here. It's a very important match for young Scott Putski. And there's the arrogant and very talented in the same breath Disco Inferno, guys.
Very important matchup for both competitors. Scott Putski, of course, trying to make a name for himself. Second-generation wrestler here in World Championship Wrestling. But by the same token, Disco Inferno really can't afford a loss at this point.
You know, Brain, we talked at the top of the program about Hollywood Hogan. He's going to be on the Tonight Show with Jay Leno coming up watch out, ducking low, arm drag takedown, this coming Thursday. Woo, yeah. Now, we're not so sure what he's going to talk about, but we understand he's going to shed some light about why he did not make World War III, did not vie for getting a shot at Goldberg in the world title. That's all he's ever talked about in pro wrestling.
Well, you're right about that. And what he's going to tell Leno, only Hollywood Hogan knows that. But it's going to be a great Thanksgiving. See what that big turkey has to say.
It's still a mystery, I think, to all of us, why Hollywood Hogan was not a part of World War III when there was a title shot at Goldberg at stake.
He's got something in his back pocket. Don't miss it.
He's always got a plan. There's no question.
You like Thanksgiving, guys?
Love it.
Sure, Tony?
Yeah, I love it.
Hate it.
Why?
You don't get any gifts. You have a bunch of mooches come over and eat your food and lay on your sofa and watch a lousy football game. Then they get leftovers to take home. Horrible.
Well, it's not really that way at my house, Brain.
No, it's Lois's cooking. That's what makes you run for the door.
Stop it. A Snapmare takeover.
You still stuff your turkey with Rolaids.
Up on the middle turnbuckle now.
Sort of preventative maintenance.
Shut up, Mike.
Well,
watch out, over. It goes. Double axe handle. And a cover. 1, 2. Got a 2 count. That time, Scott Putski came away.
You're right. He is second generation. I wrestled his father, Ivan Putski. Was he powerful? But Scott Putski looks more powerful.
Scott's a little bit different of an athlete. He seems to be very, very quick.
And he can speak English.
As a tribute to his father, you see on his tights, he's got the words Polish power.
Here's a pickup.
Either that or he bought it from Zabisco.
Belly to back, dropped him down. Side headlock, a special edition of Nitro. It's Nitro Extra on a Tuesday night. To the ropes. Down goes Disco Inferno once again. And Scott Putski mounting quite a comeback. You know, we talk so much about moving up that ladder, trying to establish yourself. And certainly in the heavyweight division, Goldberg and big sexy Kevin Nash will collide on the biggest stage of them all at Starrcade, the granddaddy of them all. 1, 2. You know, I've seen just about every Starrcade. Been to just about every one with the exception of one. And
where were you?
I was elsewhere. We won't go into that over the top.
Do I know her? That's your business.
You want to get back to this? You want to get back to wrestling with me here real quick?
Sure.
You guys are going to wrestle?
Oh,
can't
boy.
talk to him.
We're getting silly here into the midsection. Watch out, Disco Inferno. He got it. Spike pile driver, Disco Inferno pulls him away nicely from the ropes.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good pin by Disco Inferno.
It was. I was just going to say that. He concentrated. He got the arms, hooked both legs.
Now it's time to dance after you got the win.
Like a midget dancer.
Stop it. Back with more on a giddy night on Nitro Extra. Come on back with us. On something
Where you were?
what?
Where you were for Starcade?
No,
Never mind.
you know where
I don't know where you were. I'll
Yes,
tell you.
We were working together. That do you remember? Forget it. What a lame brain.
Well,
Is that how you got your nickname? Did they just chop off lame and just name the brain?
no.
Tokyo Magnum comes out. Let you know, fans, the encore presentation of World War III is available Thanksgiving night at 9 o'clock on Viewer's Choice. Also Thanksgiving at 1 a.m. on Action Pay-Per-View. Also available tomorrow on Direct Ticket with DirecTV, as well as Friday night. 2 showings of it if you have DirecTV. So make sure you see the encore presentation of World War III as it went down on Sunday night.
It's not a bad idea. Even if you watched it the first time, there was so much going on Sunday night in the Palace of Auburn Hills in World War III. If you missed it, you've got to see it. And even if you saw it, you've got to check it out again.
And you got to see Kevin Nash, how he hit that ring and threw 7 men out in less than 20 seconds. It's like anything else. You see it again over and over, you're going to see things you missed before.
Now, Chavo Jr. against Tokyo Magnum here. And you know, Mike, back me up on this if you think I'm right. Of all the different predictions that the brain made, you predicted about 30 guys. Did you predict Kevin Nash to win?
Yes, I did. He was my first prediction.
You never mentioned his name once.
No, I mentioned more than once. It had to be 40, 50 times.
Well,
Hey, we're on to the match right now. Eddie Guerrero in there with Tokyo Guerrero.
if you did pick Kevin Nash, then I think you were the only announcer that did pick Kevin Nash to win.
Do I win something? Do I get anything?
You get nothing. Here we go. One-on-one. It's Magnum and Guerrero Jr. to go out of here. Tokyo Magnum, he's a very talented athlete, although a little bit misguided. And I say that because he had been following in the footsteps of Disco Inferno and Alex Wright. But I think if he breaks away from that dancing routine that he wants to go through, the man can be a fine star in this sport, guys.
You can almost say the same thing about Chavo Guerrero Jr. What a terrific athlete he is, but from time to time it seems like he spends so much effort with Pepe that he loses his focus.
The full arm drag and twist into a wrist lock. Here comes Chavo Jr. Leg sweep takedown. Got to cover. Chavo back to the attack and rolls him over once again.
Chavo's a fine wrestler. There's no doubt about that. I don't know about his mental stability, how bright he is, but he knows how to wrestle.
I think he's very bright. I don't know how stable he is, and I think it's because of the instability you talked about, Brain, that's prevented him from becoming a member of the LWO. And he even says he doesn't even want to be a member of the LWO.
Well, this is another one of those proving ground matchups, especially among the cruiserweights. You know that the WCW Executive Committee is keeping a very close eye on the winner of this matchup, and an opportunity down the line, I'm sure, at the reigning cruiserweight champion, Kidman.
Now, speaking of the Executive Committee, it's really been very sad to be in the office to see that James J. Dillon's office is vacant, that he's no longer behind that chair, no longer in charge of the Executive Committee. James J. Dillon was and is the most organized man I've ever been around. He's certainly a bonus to this sport.
He's a real credit to the profession.
Yes,
he is. Well, I guess what he was.
I went by the office the other day, and everything was out of it except for those rolls of tissue paper on the wall.
Rolls of tissue paper.
You've never been in his tiled office?
You were in the bathroom, dummy.
I thought that was his office. He wasn't there.
You're right, he wasn't there. And then just to add to that, Eric Bischoff pulls, I guess, a coup. I mean, it was a shocker when last night on this program, Barry Windham almost took Ric Flair completely out. I mean, he and Bischoff beat up Flair until Flair was unconscious in the ring.
But explain him from the beginning how Flair called out Barry Windham. Explain that he was at the beginning of the Horsemen. He was one of them at the start of it. And then saw Barry Windham just turn on him after Eric slapped Flair in the mouth.
Yeah, talking about slapping tradition right in the face. We saw that from Barry Windham last night on Nitro. I guess there's now some kind of an allegiance or an association with NWO Black and White for Barry Windham, and I never thought I would say those words.
Well, Barry Windham is known as a He's a paid mercenary. He can't be trusted. He'll do anything for money. If I gave him $50 to beat you up and Tony gave him 51, he'd take Tony's money.
Is that all it would take, Bray? $51?
No, for 101, we can get rid of him permanently.
Stop it. Back to the attack again. Tokyo Magnum showing us something here. Puts him up. Puts him down. He stumbled as he went, though. Here we go. Back to the dancing once again. I can understand a veteran in there dancing, but he missed his mark as well. Did Tokyo Magnum, but he still made a lateral press, but couldn't get the man's shoulder to stay down for 3.
Didn't quite connect flush with that moonsault.
I hear he's going to have his own dancing show in Tokyo.
And what would that be called, Bobby?
Sushi train.
Into the midsection. Shouldn't have asked. A missed clothesline. Standing switch, Chavo Jr. Back elbow shots by Tokyo Magnum. And Chavo runs over top of him here. Little Chavo dance. Chavo, when he gets it going, when he gets focused, he's as good as any of them. I don't think there's any question.
Yeah, just think back to some of the matchups that we've seen Chavo Guerrero Jr. involved with on Nitros and Thunders against the top cruiserweight talent. Speaking about Kidman and Rey Mysterio Jr., Juventud, Guerrera.
Oh! Chavo nails him.
On the mark.
Right on the mark, right in the neck, right at the top of the shoulder, up using the top rope.
Just another example of how competitive the cruiserweights are.
And Chavo having a good time. Dancing with the fans here, and he goes back to the attack once again. A pickup in, back and he put him down hard. Did Chavo Jr. Covers him one more time. Fans, we talked about our next live telecast here on TNT. It'll be Monday night. We originate from Chattanooga. We've already talked about our fans in Chattanooga. Diamond Dallas Page made that challenge to Bret Hart to wrestle on the next Monday Nitro, and it's now been confirmed that Bret Hart and DDP will wrestle next Monday live on TNT.
Well, I guess the initial challenge was made by Bret the Hitman Hart, but then Diamond Dallas Page has let us know that he has accepted that challenge and he will defend the United States heavyweight title. I think that's terrific because of the controversy that surrounded their matchup at World War III. I mean, Bret Hart at one point was declared the winner of that match before DDP was able to make a comeback and hit the diamond cutter and retain the title.
Well, he's only got about 5 or 6 days left to get that knee in shape. He better get some orthopedic doctor to work on him or some trainer or something. That leg's bad.
Well, you're talking about Page, and I can tell you, forget about it. I don't think Page would know how to wrestle without pain. I mean, that's been his life. Pick up. Down he goes. Hard slam. Chavo Jr. Watch out now. Hits the far side, near side. Point of the elbow on target. And Tokyo Magnum escapes once again.
What can I do to beat this guy? Quit talking to your horsey.
Well, he's talking to the referee now is what he's doing.
Looked the same to me.
Up to the ropes, and Chavo hauls off to the side of the head once again. Through the legs. Missed. Pick up. Landed on his feet. Tokyo Magnum on target.
Incredible balance, the jumping back kick, the lateral press. He's got the legs hooked, 2 count only.
Now, if he beats Guerrero, does he get to keep the horse?
No, he does not get to keep the horse.
I don't know if the horse was on the line or not.
Well, you think that... Mike, you want to argue with him now?
It's all yours, Tony.
Into the midsection. Here's a reversal into the corner. Watch out. Nobody home, actually. He moved Chavo in a little bit harder, pushing the man's head to the turnbuckle. And now Tokyo Magnum is going to walk up top with him here.
That's how you get cauliflower ears, right there.
Tokyo Magnum. Oh, Chavo held on.
Went for the Frankensteiner off the top, but Chavo Jr. able to maintain contact with that top rope. Going to try out of the corner the tornado. There's the DDT.
The tornado DDT is on target. The press is on. The match is over. with more on Nitro Extra. Oh, yeah!
He invented extreme.
We're having a great time on Nitro Extra. Glad you could be with us to spend part of this Thanksgiving week.
Tuesday night.
You're right, Bray. It's Tuesday night. Now let me ask you, as Stevie Ray of NWO comes in along with Vincent, what are you going to do for Thanksgiving?
You know, last night, I knocked out two guys. Today, just one.
It's awfully easy to knock out two guys if you got an object in your hand, an illegal object. Don't you agree with that, Bray?
Yeah, and it's a lot quicker, too. It works real good.
Stevie Ray comes out as NWO Hollywood's already made their appearance here. They've made their appearance here with Scott Norton, the IWGP champ, and Van Hammer. Would you call him a throwback? Would you call him...
I'd call him Buddy. What am I going to do Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
I'm going to give all my loved ones special envelopes. Like I always do.
What's sort of a tradition in the Heenan family?
Let me answer this one for you, Mike. He has no loved one. No one loves the Brain.
Oh, yes, they do. I'm going to give this stack of envelopes to all my loved ones.
Oh, really? Well, that's nice. And what's going to be in these envelopes?
Well, I leave a special message in each one what I'd like for Christmas, because, you know, the next day's the biggest shopping day of the year. And I like them to get out there first and get the good deals on the stuff. So all the stuff's not run through and picked over.
Okay, the bell sounds, and here we go.
Somebody call a cab? Oh, it's David Crockett.
Back to the corner we go. Stevie Ray, this is a real big man's heavyweight matchup, Mike, today.
Well, it certainly is, Tony. As Stevie Ray continues to fire in those right hands in the corner on Van Hammer. Talked about knocking two men out last night on Nitro, but...
I remember one. I remember Conan. Who was the other?
I don't know. Is he talking about that? It wasn't really a knockout, but it was almost a disassociation with his brother, Booker T, as they want really nothing to do with Booker T at all, and said that he was turning his back on his own family member because of his allegiance with NWO Black and White.
I tell you what it was. He was on the attack when Barry Windham and Eric Bischoff were attacking Ric Flair.
Of course he was. Yeah, part of that NWO.
That ambush of the Horsemen.
Ambush, yeah.
That occurred last night on this program. Well, here he goes, the self-proclaimed enforcer of NWO Hollywood. He runs right over Van Hammer.
What a slap in the face that is at the Four Horsemen and Arn Anderson.
A bigger slap in the face to me, if you think about it, from Stevie Ray, is the fact that he turned away from his own brother a Sunday night at World War III and then tried to come in and basically what he did last night was show up his own brother.
He tried to embarrass him.
Sure he did. You want to join in this, Brain, anytime you can talk here.
You know, I was just wondering, you gentlemen remember any time since you've been calling wrestling, watching wrestling, that you've seen somebody slap Ric Flair in the face? And you're in the heat of a battle, maybe, but just a man having a conversation, just slap him in the face like Bischoff did.
The fact that it was not another professional wrestler that slapped the Nature Boy Ric Flair in the face.
Did you see him tear into Bischoff?
But the memory I get out of all that happened last night, two things. It was Barry Windham attacking Flair from behind the first blow. That's one of the vivid memories. But the second one was when Barry had him down, pounding the side of the head. The man was obviously unconscious, and Bischoff was giving those karate kicks to Flair in the chest. When Flair is down unconscious like that, that's one of the vivid memories I brought back from last night. Well, I can tell you right now, knowing the Horsemen's past, when you throw the glove down, lay down the gauntlet, they're going to come back at you. So I wonder, coming up this coming Monday live here on TNT on Nitro, what payback Flair the Horseman have in mind for Bischoff, Windham, and NWO Hollywood.
Remember Remember a couple months ago when they messed with Arn Anderson, all of a sudden, I think it was this man, Stevie Ray, went through the curtain. All of a sudden you saw him come out through the curtain, unconscious. And Arn Anderson just walked by with a big tire iron. So horsemen have their way of doing things.
I was just thinking, you brought up Arn Anderson. How about that phrase that he had a couple of weeks ago talking about the four horsemen in NWO Black and White? He said, Eric Bischoff, your finger is on the button. Oh! I think last night at Monday Nitro, Eric Bischoff pushed that button with the slap in the face to Ric Flair, and then that ensuing attack by the NWO Black and White members.
Right on target there, Mike, with those comments.
It's your turn to talk, Tony.
Okay. Oh! Slapjack.
Does everything I tell him.
Brady Boone in to make a count. Count.
Got
Van
him.
Hanner all the way out. Send him all the way back to the 60s with that slapjack. Stevie Ray has proved once again he is truly one of the most...
I told you last night, on this, I'm trying to take your head off. Go there on YouTube. Tonight, this sucker, sorry.
One of the most feared men in NWO Hollywood. Back with more on Nitro Extra.
Got teeth like Letterman.
On TBS in 2 weeks. That's on Thursday, December 3rd. It will originate from the Mid-South Coliseum in Memphis, Tennessee. Tickets are available to you at the Mid-South Coliseum box office and Ticketmaster. And then Thursday, December 17th, Monday Nitro in Charlotte, North Carolina at the Independence Arena. Tickets available, Independence Arena box office, Ticketmaster. Starrcade with Goldberg against Kevin Nash on Sunday, December 27th will be originating on pay-per-view from the MCI Center in Washington, D.C. Tickets at the MCI Center box office and Ticketmaster. And we heard earlier in this program about tickets going on sale Friday for Monday Nitro back at the Georgia Dome, Monday, January 4th. That is true. They go on sale 10 o'clock Friday morning. But also we can add to the announcement made earlier that you can meet Goldberg and many of the Nitro girls at the Georgia Dome box office when tickets go on sale Friday morning, 10 a.m. till noon.
You know, Tony, I do a lot of those on sales, and sometimes with the Nitro girls, and you should see the people come out. They bring them roses, they bring them candy, and you never know who's going to show up. There's a lot of surprises when those on sale tickets go on sale. It's a tremendous day of fun.
And can you imagine the crowd that is going to be on hand at the Georgia Dome with not only the Nitro girls, but Goldberg right there at the same building where he made history on July the 6th when he defeated Hollywood Hogan for the world's heavyweight title.
The same Hollywood Hogan that in 2 days, Thursday night, will be on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno to shed some light on why he stepped away, why he did not become a part of World War III and go after the chance at Goldberg again.
Just didn't make sense.
No, it didn't. We're going to find out, fans.
You know, to make this a statement and this announcement on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, why wouldn't he tell us? Why wouldn't he do it on Nitro? It's got to be major. It's got to be something really off the wall. It's got to be something big.
Great move by Juventud Guerrera, one of the newest members of the LWO. And here comes the former TV champ, Prince Iaukea, trying to get back at him. But, you know, this new LWO turn here by Juventud has picked up the intensity quite a bit here, Mike.
Sure made his presence felt last night on Monday Nitro in that matchup involving Rey Mysterio Jr. and Kidman for the world's cruiserweight title.
Great match.
It was a great match, but the finish with Juventud Guerrera coming out and interfering in the bout, I believe that Kidman had no idea that he had interfered. That allowed Kidman to retain the title over Rey Mysterio Jr., but Juventud Guerrera, strong part of the LWO, 2 count, and the cover by the Prince.
Prince looks like something's bothering him. You see, when he came to the ring, he didn't seem happy. He didn't seem cheerful. He seemed...
Just judging by his body language.
Yeah. Something's made him mad.
Well, I know for a fact, and you look at these wrestlers that come out here each and every week, we've made mention of this fact before, and it's really true, Mike. You know this as well as anybody else. Professional wrestlers, especially the young men who have come in the sport, and you could even say announcers, we were all first big wrestling fans. And there's a lot of young wrestlers out there who have gone through the power plant, who grew up watching this program or watching WCW through the years on TBS back when it was the NWA, who grew up with the Horsemen, who are Horsemen fans even though that they're wrestling. And they're very upset about what Barry Windham did last night.
Yeah, shocked and upset,
Yes,
I think, is probably the words that you have to take into account when you think back to what Barry Windham pulled last night on Nitro.
But you just have to. You just have to have respect for what Ric Flair has done in this industry.
Sure you do.
Even me. Even the way I joke around a lot and make fun of people, that's the way I am in life. But Flair, he's earned his stripes.
So it was just total disrespect from Barry Windham to not only turn on Ric Flair. I mean, that's one thing, but to join Eric Bischoff.
He never turned on Ric Flair, and he never joined Bischoff. He was always with Bischoff.
You're probably right.
That's it. Money talks and Windham walks.
Here's 1-2. Got a 2 count. Now you think back about all the years that pro wrestling has been on the Turner stations, the Turner Network, TBS, and now TNT. And certainly we have come into our own thanks to the exposure we've received on WCW Monday Nitro and the great wrestling talent that we've had throughout the course of the past couple of years. But it was Flair and the Horsemen and many of the stars of even before Ric Flair that paved the way for wrestling to get established in the American culture on TBS, on cable, through more than 20 years.
You don't get to point B without establishing yourself at point A, and Ric Flair was such a huge part of the tradition and that Turner Broadcasting through the years has presented World Championship Wrestling.
You know, he was the last man I managed, Ric Flair. And I remember when I decided not to manage anymore, I told him that, face to face. Put his hand up, didn't say anything. He said, good luck. He's a gentleman.
And that reminds me of a point I want to bring up, Brain. As you see Prince Iaukea rolling Juventud back in the ring, you discussed the fact that at one time you managed Bobby Duncombe Jr.'s father, Bobby Duncombe, right?
Yes, I did.
And we had a chance, Mike, you'll remember this, it was last night before we left the arena. Over the top, we talked to young Bobby Duncombe Jr. We asked him to cover about his father and how he was doing. And I asked just point blank, I said, do you think the Brain owes your dad any of the money?
Wait, Tony, watch this action right here.
From the payoff.
Watch the way the Prince is taking
Wait a
over
minute,
here.
I need to bring up.
No, this is action, Tony. We can't go away from this right now. There, a big body slam.
And you remember
he's going up top.
I think that the term that he kept repeating was shortchanged, wasn't
I believe so. Up on top now, Prince. Just bringing up some facts here, Brain. You know, we got a report of up on. Oh!
See, I almost missed that. Just keep your eyes on the action.
Okay, we'll keep our eyes on the action.
About my wallet.
You keep your eyes on the door when ever Bobby Duncombe Sr. comes to see his son wrestle here. Watch out. Juventud up and sends him down with a hurricanrana. 1-2, but Prince has other ideas. Other way, 1-2. Got a 2 count.
He's not going to come to see his son wrestle, is he?
You never know. I mean, we'll let you know what happens.
I doubt there's any tickets left. Oh, what a move.
Up and down, a back body drop. Boy, oh boy.
He's not getting up too fast. Short.
Duncombe mentioned Payback.
Yep.
And what was the nickname? Three Pockets Heenan?
Something like that. Just bringing up some facts here. Up on top, Prince Iaukea. Prince sent off by Juventud that time. Juventud's got him in trouble, and Guerrera, the former cruiserweight champ. You know, since joining the LWO, the Prince cannot even...
One way to get back in the ring.
Cannot even stay up on top that time. That's how winded and tired the man is. Juventud will try to end this one right now. 1-2, no. Only got a 2 count. Starrcade in the nation's capital on Sunday, December 27th is the granddaddy of them all. It all started when Ric Flair became world champ, defeating Harley Race back in 1983. And someone has arrived. Who is that?
Got a mask on.
It's Rey Mysterio Jr., isn't it?
I believe it is.
How can you tell from the back?
Just trying to look at the tattoos and see the
tattoos there, Brain.
The mask.
Very good, Mike.
I'm looking for a big T-shirt.
Well, Rey has come out. He helped Prince Iaukea. Trips up Juventud Guerrera.
Sneak around.
Well, you think they don't deserve it? Prince connected off of the top.
They have him.
1, 2.
He beat him.
Beat him.
That's
Misterio did it.
That evens the score from last night, doesn't it?
I believe it does. A little payback from last night at the hands of Rey Mysterio Jr.
Tie game.
And look, he's making sure that Juve's well aware of it. No more sneaking around now. He stood up on the apron, showed him the LWO shirt, and walks away, and Juventud realizes what went down. It's time for our 10-10, 3-2-1 replay. Brain.
Look at the power of the Prince here. Picks up Juventud, plants him where he wants him. Shoots him in. Juve, I think, tried to mule kick him or something. I don't know what he was doing.
Mule kick.
Reversed it. They do that on the islands a lot. They use mules on the island. You ever been on his island?
Shut up and keep going with the replay.
Well, some of his mules, you can
Shut up and keep going with the replay.
Okay, there's your winner. 1, 2, 3. The Prince over Juventud.
You know you can dial 10-10-3-2-1 and save up to 50%. Different number, but same great savings. And we'll be back on Monday Nitro Extra after this.
Mules.
America, we welcome you back to Nitro Extra on a Tuesday night.
Tuesday night.
Can you imagine, Mike, if you consider now, think about this. If you consider Sunday night, the beginning of the week, you and I worked 3 hours with Heenan Sunday.
Yeah.
Hour and a half last night, and an hour tonight. And no hazard pay. Just can't get enough of a good thing, I guess, Brain.
No. No, you can't.
Horace comes in, the nephew of Hollywood Hogan. And I don't know if Horace realizes what Hogan's going to announce on the Tonight Show with Jay Leno on Thursday night. But we understand it's going to be pretty darn big.
Well, it has to be. I mean, there's some reason why Hollywood Hogan was not involved in World War III.
Here comes one of the biggest, most powerful men in all of pro wrestling right now. It's Wrath, and yes,
Hey, Horace is no little guy.
he suffered a loss last night to Kevin Nash, but to tell you, most anyone in this sport, most everyone has said that. So he's going to try to mount a comeback here against Horace of NWO Hollywood.
Horace is staying right with him.
This is a chance for Wrath to get another win streak rolling.
Boy, Wrath is really trying to rebound. You can see the intensity of the big man right now.
Well, he's got something to prove, that's for sure.
Well, maybe something to prove to himself. But I don't think he has anything to prove to any of us. I mean, even though he lost last night.
That's true. It's not an embarrassment to lose to someone like Kevin Nash.
No, not
sure.
at all. Kevin Nash on the threshold of getting one of the biggest matches, and probably the biggest match in Nash's career, coming up on the 27th of December.
And Kevin Nash, #1 contender in the world right now.
But Horace not backing down at all for the big man Wrath. Horace, who was indoctrinated, initiated into NWO Hollywood literally the hard way with that chair and the 11 stitches on the cranium there.
Horace has a pretty good-sized melon on him, don't he?
I'm not going to comment on that, Brain, as Wrath rolls him back in. To the ropes. Picked him up.
Oh, that's power.
You're not kidding. That's raw power right there. But only a 2.
Vincent's up.
Now, Wrath is losing his focus here. The distraction by Vincent.
Well, Vincent doing his job here, doing exactly what he's programmed to do, told
Got
to do.
from behind.
Let's backpedal.
Horace has a chair, and that one is a very heavy steel.
Oh.
Between the shoulder blades. And that chair may have given Horace the advantage here. Through the bottom rope. Using the ropes for added leverage here, and Brady Boone saw it, but only got a 2 count. Let him know that he was on top of that. I want to remind you before time gets away, no Thunder on Thursday on TBS, but WCW Saturday night with Mike Tenay and Scott Hudson is Saturday at 6:05 on our sister network, TBS. And then back Monday live on WCW Monday Nitro with DDP against Bret Hart, live from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Up and nope. Wrath moved out of the way.
Strange to see Horace go to the top rope. High-risk move does not connect. Wrath airborne with that flying shoulder block.
And before time gets away, you know, happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there. Mike, especially you. Happy Thanksgiving and to you, Brent.
If you're choking a drumstick.
Wrath, pump handle time. Can he get him up? Yes, he can. For the meltdown. 1, 2, over.
Time to start a new streak. Look out.
That had no effect on him at all.
It's time to see another meltdown.
Watch this.
Vincent up.
Vincent down.
With the meltdown, obliterates Vincent, and comes away with a big win on this special edition of Nitro Extra on a Tuesday night.
Oh, I gotta go get my bird.
Yeah, you turkey, go get it. We'll see you next time.